Welcome back to another episode of the Minds with Hakeem podcast. I got a very, very special guest here today, my brother Jacob, aka Headband. Say what's up to the people, bro.
People, the Minds community, all that. What's up?
Yes, sir. So, pleasure to have you on. Got so much I want to get out of you today. So let's jump right into it with the icebreaker question. If you're ready to go, or you had something else you want to. Okay, let's go. So my icebreaker question for you on this episode, brother, is: if you had one superpower in the world, what would it be and why?
Super speed, because you can get anywhere.
Why would you want super speed?
You can get anywhere you need to. Probably help with your metabolism, so you would stay fit the whole time.
Probably help with your metabolism. Yeah.
So besides all that, it'd be easy, bro. Like,
I love that. I love that, man. I've heard some good ones, so I'm trying to wait to the end of season 5 to give mine, but it's hard. But super speed is an awesome one. I like that. But let's just hop right into you, bro. Before, people get to know you in the intro or whatnot, but I just want to start from the root cause of things with you. Can you tell us a little bit about, just how you came up and, just a little bit of your time in high school when we first crossed paths?
Me coming up in Beaumont, man, I always loved to draw. Baby. Yeah, 409, born and raised. It was rough, but I can't complain.
Yeah.
I have to move everywhere, all around the city and stuff, but most importantly, I had a good family and, kept my head right. Growing up in high school, when I met Juwan, it was one of, I can say, the darkest times in my life. But it was definitely pieces of light, having people like you that was showing me respect in high school, with stuff I was going through. And, besides that, just...
I would have never guessed like that. And, high school, we're all weird and, we're all trying to figure ourselves out. I would have never guessed that, you was in a storm in high school. You was trying to figure yourself out and struggling with your identity, because we all in high school try to act like we got it figured out. I think my biggest memory of you from high school is just your competitive drive. It was just no other. And I'm a pretty competitive person. I love competing in the smallest of things. But when me and you would play one-on-one, and how mad you would be if you lost in the game of one-on-one. I've never seen that fire from a person. So I was just always appreciated your competitive drive in high school, man. So that's what I think just gravitated me to you, and us to build a relationship in high school. Although you were very different from all the other kids in gym. So.
Oh yeah. It wasn't always the best fire, I'll say.
Yeah.
It helped. Sometimes
it was what it was.
Yeah. It was unique. I'll say that.
I want to kind of one of the two reasons I brought you on is I want to jump into your art, your work your content that you put out, and I'm just moved by it. I purchased a few of your pieces of work, but I just want to talk about, how did you get there? Because I never knew you as an artist, and then I'm just starting in college, trying to do my thing, and I'm seeing all these pieces of artwork you dropping. So what got you into drawing?
Been drawing since I was in diapers. Been drawing superheroes, all that, movies. High school, I was tracing a little bit about, most I was doing by hand because I could. I was only tracing it because I was just getting by this class and getting easy grades. But it wasn't until after high school when I took it more serious and started dedicating more to the craft and the technique. So that's how I got into where I'm at now.
You said superheroes, and what drew you to superheroes? Because my adolescent my superhero was Tracy McGrady. Like, it was a basketball player. Like I was never into Batman and stuff like that. But you love those characters. Like, what brought you there as a kid to start drawing them first?
Man, it was when I was a kid. I was watching a cartoon. It was either Batman in the '90s or Spider-Man in the '90s. But I think it actually was Spider-Man because I related to him more, and I could see myself in him. You know, him being an outcast and all that. And he became a role model in my eyes. I mean,
that's sweet.
Him just growing up, how to deal with stuff and everything.
Yep.
He was an everyday man. So,
man, my nephew loves Spider-Man. Like, he loved it. But I want you to put that drawing up in the back of Spider-Man, bro. Like, I just really want people to visualize your work.
Yeah, I got it right here,
bro. He said, "Yeah, I got it right here. I got it right here."
Yeah.
Bro, that right there is just like, is that a 1-on-1 piece or is that a print?
I think this is the original, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh my goodness, bro! How much you selling that for?
The original, man, this
gotta put a comma on that or a couple.
Oh, you'd be surprised. I ain't had a price on it right now, but the print is cheaper.
Yeah. No, that's fine, man. But I just wanted to get to superheroes. Like, I've always wondered why like people was infatuated with them, because like I just started watching Marvel in my 20s, but it's fire. They're dope. Like as a kid, it just never struck my passion. So you mentioned like I didn't want to cut you off. You had something to say?
Oh, I was going to say something else about heroes. The comics, they mirror society in a way. They very metaphorical. You know, like with movies, you know, they reference society and stuff. This is like same way in comics. They always show what we could be, good or bad. And that was always interesting to me. Yeah,
I like that. I like that concept. I think they definitely, comics also predict in the future a little bit too. It's what I've been hearing from some comic artists. I have read one comic in my life, and that's it. I'm not that creative when it comes to that stuff, man.
No, it's all good.
But you said something earlier. It was that you started to take it serious when you finished college. And you say you used to sketch and trace in high school. What led you to that path to start taking it serious after you finished college? I mean, high school.
Yeah, it was when, going back a few months before high school, I was dealing with, heavy depression and stuff. I dealt with a suicidal attempt in 12th grade. And then following that, it was like I thought I didn't have no purpose and all that. I didn't know what to do. And so when I graduated 12th grade, it was, okay, what now? And then one night I was looking at my old drawings and like, I was like, yo, let me just stick with art. Everybody was telling me to do art this whole time. Like, I don't know if you remember Mr. Monroe from Westbrook.
Yes.
Yeah, but he's so
genius.
Cool. So cool.
Yeah, and he was nice with it.
Yeah, he was telling me to take it more serious because he's seen it. He's seen the gift I had. So I was like, yeah, why not? And then I just stuck with it.
Other people see that gift. Other people see that gift before we see that gift in ourselves. That's like weird to me.
That reminds me.
Go ahead.
Yeah. That reminds me. Somebody said in the line of rap song. Somebody said the best teacher is the one you don't know. So, hey.
And I always say the greatest teacher is life, because the more we live, the more lessons we learn. But also, can you just kind of give us like the vision of where you want to take this thing with the art? Like, what in your own eyes would deem you to be successful?
Having my own empire, just art, just commissions, either that or a bunch of my prints of really whatever I want to paint.
Okay.
Whatever I want to paint, I'm gonna sell it. Have originals and stuff, but most importantly, I want to do comics in the future.
Yeah.
And
okay.
Yeah, so I'm trying to. get my craft up to do that, man. But it's not easy. And it's not gonna be easy. So
Absolutely. It takes that work. I got a question about comics real quick. When you say do comics in the future, do you want to create your own superheroes or do you want to use superheroes that exist?
really, I want to do more so who exists because I think I can do my
Okay.
own unique spin on it.
Okay.
But I'll definitely be down to create my own character. You know, I
Yeah,
got
yeah,
my
yeah.
own comic book I'm working on right now.
Mm.
So that's been like 4 years I've been working on that, and it's been
Yeah.
hard. So, but
Uh,
yeah,
what would you say to an artist who draw and get in that space, who's maybe down in the dumps, don't feel like they going hard enough, or don't feel like their work is worthy enough? What would you tell that person?
really, just keep drawing.
Mm,
It's simple, but just keep drawing, man. Because
yeah.
when you get in repetition, you think about less, and when you get better,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be more fun.
Mm,
So that's how
like
it is
that.
with the music. Like I feel like I'm
Yeah.
more confident in the music than the art right now. But
Yeah.
yeah, just keep drawing repetition, and
Mm-hmm.
you'll be fine.
Yeah. No, our goal is on this show is to help people. So I know some artists in whatever field they in. Like if you're a musician, keep writing. If you're a podcaster, keep podding. Like just keep going. I think your message is real. Consistency kills. And it's the hardest because you get in these locks. But I like that. Appreciate
Hmm.
that. But you kind of mentioned the music. I wanna jump head first in it. Why do you feel more confident right now in the music than the art? Because you do wear those two hats well.
Yeah, I feel like with the art, I haven't reached the potential as further as I have
Mm,
with music. I feel like with music,
okay.
the more I put out, the more better I get. I think the music
Mm-hmm.
that I put out already, I'm not trying to boost myself up, but I think it's genius. It's good. I know what good music sound
Yeah,
like.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I know what good music sound like. People tell me it's genius, and it's like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I know. I'm not being cocky or nothing like that, but I'm just
Yeah,
saying like
you being confident.
confident in it. And I understand. I mean, I understand, like I said, what good music sound like, but I understand what good art
Mm-hmm.
is too. And
Yeah.
I don't feel like I reached that level yet.
That's crazy you say that because I must have some terrible eyes because I feel like your artwork is on that level. But
Yeah,
that's my opinion.
appreciate it.
You view your work a lot different than the world. So, um, I forgot to mention this too. This is the voice of the minds with Hakeem Pod. I mean, the audio, the music of the minds with Hakeem podcast. Everyone. I want to say I appreciate you for my outro and intro music that you gifted us with. Your music, it does it for me. It gets it done. I was just actually showing us all some of your music before we hop back on the pod. But
Hmm.
I appreciate you for that and I respect that. But like, it gets it done for me, bro.
Man, it's the pleasure's all mine, bro.
Mm-hmm.
At first, when I was doing music, I was doing it for myself, man. And
Yeah.
more people been telling me about how they feel about it, and
Mm-hmm.
it make me feel better
Yeah.
about putting it out. So
Exactly. Make you feel more confident.
yeah,
So how long you been doing music? I don't think we got that.
I started making beats in 2019, um, like August 2019, and
Yeah.
then I didn't put out my first tape until a year after, back in July
Mm.
2020.
Yeah. COVID really lock you in.
Yeah. So what's crazy is I always wanted to make music, but my friend Nick
Mm-hmm.
Jones, we just talking about him.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, we would always because we used to work together at a Tinseltown, and we
And
were
he was a
all
poet, right?
yeah. He raps.
Yeah.
He also do spoken word and stuff.
I remember he used to do that spoken word stuff. He come heavy.
Oh yeah, he dope.
Yeah.
And we would always get into it about music opinions. Like we would always bicker about all that. And it
Yeah.
was to my surprise, he was like, "Yo, you really know music, so I mean, why not make beats?" And for him to say
Yeah.
that, well, we hardly ever agree on
Yeah.
anything music. It just it showed me a lot about perspective and opinions. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Yeah.
like okay,
That's dope.
subjective. You know, one can like a music different
Mm-hmm.
than me, but they can still appreciate that I know music, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's
What
what started.
I want to know, who did you look to at the beginning to like? I like their sound. I'm gonna take a little bit of that and do mine. Or I like kind of like what they doing. I'm gonna perfect that. Like, who did you? Was there any beat makers you look to or whatnot?
Yep. So number one, and really number one and two was Madlib and Jay Dilla.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you heard of Madlib or Dilla.
I heard of Jay Dilla.
Yeah. So basically they like a double sided coin. Like they the
Yeah.
same type
Yeah. Heads and
samples.
tail. Yeah.
Yeah. They came up together. Well, not
Mm-hmm.
from the beginning, but they eventually met and they grew into a brotherhood almost
Yeah.
until
Oh, that's dope.
Dilla died. But long story short, that's my
Yeah.
influences, and
Those two.
yeah.
I'm surprised. Like, where are these guys from?
Madlib is from Cali.
Mm-hmm.
Dilla from Detroit.
Okay, that surprises me because like hearing you say that and knowing your content, I understand they influence you, but how I know the music is truly what you think and what you create, it has a southern feel to me. Like it don't sound like West. It don't sound like Midwest. It sound like I'm home when I'm listening to your music. So
Hmm.
I see that southern twang in there. So I think you did a good job at just taking the influence and creating it and making it what's your own. Because artists don't do that. People don't do that. They just steal it right away. You don't know
Yeah.
how many people I hear sounding like Lil Baby right now. But but no, I do appreciate that about your art. Hearing you say that kind of make it come to context for me, should I say? With the music, man. What are you thinking like for the future, for the vision, for the music? Where you trying to take that?
Man, I got plans, man. I want to eventually have my label up, get my
Mm-hmm.
LLC.
Yeah.
Not to even just recruit artists or anything like that. Really, just a
Mm-hmm.
platform for me, any other beat makers, people like me,
Creator. Yeah.
yeah, who want to
Mm-hmm.
make tapes, for the podcast that I do,
Yeah.
Just Music Radio.
Yeah. Yeah.
I already got the name, I got the logo for the label and all that.
Okay. Yeah.
It's technically now official, but it's not official until the paperwork.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Let's kind of venture into the podcast world. I'm gonna start like this. What do you hate the most about podcasting?
man, all the technical issues I have, bro.
Oh my goodness.
I gotta mix my show, right? So
Yeah.
we do it differently how y'all do it. Y'all is more
Uh
professional.
huh.
How we do it is we have this app called Anchor on
Yeah.
Spotify, and we
Yeah. Yeah.
record. So you know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
we would use that, and we would need like good Wi-Fi connection. And most of us, like the crew that I'm with, my friends, we not about Wi-Fi a lot because
Yeah.
we out and about. But luckily, we use the voice chat, so we ain't gotta be around each other. That's a good
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I
man,
wouldn't even say we professional. We trial and error over here too.
hey,
Sorry to my producer.
it is what it is, man. It's just
But go ahead.
normal. But yeah, when I got a mix, man, sometimes quality
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
rough.
Not gonna lie. Not that I only don't know how to mix. If I did know how to mix, I still would pay somebody else to produce my show because I that's a different type of vibe, man. I think I'd be podcasting for 2 months if I had to produce it myself, man. But
Yeah,
no, I know producing sucks. Mine's is probably definitely carrying around equipment. Like I need to start making enough money to where I can have somebody set up shop for me. I'm not gonna lie. Can we hire a crew? So like, give us the rundown of just what your podcast is about. What message y'all trying to get across, or what thoughts y'all trying to get across? Not necessarily message.
It's mostly a music talk podcast, but we touch over mental health, like you do as well.
Yeah. What's the name of it again?
Just Music Radio.
Love that. Yeah, love that. And if you don't mind, shout out to people who all involved, man. We want to represent them well.
Definitely. Shout out to my homies, Markel and Bryce. They're the co-hosts on there. Mm-hmm. They've been with me since the first episode, man. So we going on 10 now. We just got back after a little hiatus, but we back now.
Hand claps. Hey, hiatus are needed. This is my first interview back from my hiatus. So take what you need. Take what you need. Are y'all just kind of like having fun with it, hobbying it, or do y'all plan on getting into monetizing it?
We already getting into monetizing. We just trying to figure out a way to better promote our podcast, because eventually we are going to do video. We plan that for season 2. So after this episode, I think 10, I think we're going to take a little break to get our upgrades up.
Trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
Y'all boys, make sure y'all give me a ring, man. I can definitely give y'all some little tricks and trades that I've learned through my time of podcast. We'll get up with each other about that. Like,
definitely,
for real.
Man. Just let me know.
Yeah, no, for sure. So you said it's basically like musical debate and sometimes mental health when the conversation goes there. Does this podcast feel therapeutic to you, or is it more so I just want to kick it with my boys?
I wouldn't say keeping up with the boys, but it's cool to talk to them, because I talk to them all the time.
For sure.
But it is cool that we get to talk about stuff that we really don't usually have time to talk about, or it don't come to mind.
No, for sure. What do you guys, or you in general, I don't want you speaking for them, where do you see podcasts going in the next couple of years?
Our podcast, man.
No, not y'all's first, and then just podcasts as a whole, like everybody.
Okay. I think podcasting, especially now during the pandemic, is going up. It's going up, man, because everybody can do this at home. It's like social media, man. Anybody can do it at home. You can have your own empire, build it.
Have your life.
Limit. Yeah. It's got a limit, man.
Yeah. And I've been trying to talk to as many small businesses and just businesses or like sales reps or in any field. I think podcasts, I think that's going to be the new way to communicate. Like, I don't care if you're selling houses. I think you're going to need your own podcast show to stay relevant in the eyes of the people, because I think podcasts is only going up. Like, I've been trying to get small businesses on. I've been trying to just let people know where I think podcasts is going in the next 5 to 10 years, man. I think it's beautiful. I think you started your show at the perfect time. I don't think you're late at all. I think you're early. So use that and keep pushing, man, because I think we're just on the brink of things, especially in this pandemic, where people are spending a lot more time. And I know the world is back open, which thank God it is, where people are spending a lot more time in their cars or by themselves, and they binging shows, man. I don't even watch TV no more. Like, podcasts taking up. I'm trying to learn from my favorite podcast hosts or shows how I can better the Minds with Hakeem podcast. So that's what I'm doing in my free time. NBA playoffs over with. It's done now. So, and I don't want to talk about the playoffs with you because I'm still grieving.
Oh yeah, you still a KD fan, huh? Oh,
unfortunately.
Man. Oh, man.
Unfortunately.
I'm a KD too, but it's just funny.
Oh man, I'm hurting, man. I'm hurting. It was so bad this year. People who always like get on me about Kevin Durant, they just felt bad for me. They didn't even rub it in my face. That hurt me more than if they would have rubbed it in my face, because I felt like they truly felt bad for me, because he did me wrong this year. But before we get off this little segment, man, I just want to just you kind of hit on depression a little bit. You struggle with it in high school, and your show y'all hit on mental health and stuff like that. You know, I always try to make those things important. What are some? And I got some help coming for people too. If you tune into this episode, the next episode after Headband will be a therapist, and one of the things we're going to talk about is what can we do as the people to prevent going to therapy. And no, I'm not saying bottle up your emotions until you get to a point. When I speak of preventing therapy, what are the things day to day we could be doing to take care of our mental health? Like, and if you need therapy, go. We're not pulling you out of therapy, but some people can't get into therapy right now because it's so booked, or some people can't afford it. So what can we be doing at home to take care of our mentals? But that's coming, some help coming more. But I also want to just check in with you, bro. Just basically first and foremost, how are you in this season of life today?
Man, right now, up and downs, man. I ain't gonna lie. Can't complain though. I mean, I'm definitely blessed, to be alive and all. But it's still a lot of shows going on. But all in all, I'm still here, still making music. Got tape on the way, got all that. Just moving forward.
And you said, like in your show, y'all kind of talk about it a little bit. I know with my close friends, we check in, we talk about it. With my connection group, we get to the nitty gritty. They see the struggles in me, and we see the struggles in each other. How is that like flow, and how important is that flow to you to have a community of friends to go to and talk about these things, or just let that energy out and not hold it by yourself?
Oh yeah, it's important, man. Especially when you're in your own thoughts, which is one of the worst things you can be in.
Yeah.
Is in your own thoughts, man. So you need somebody to talk to, and the people you talk to, your friends or family, if they good, level-minded, they can help you.
Yeah, at all times.
If they like crash dummies, then they
it's cooked. It's cooked.
Yeah,
it's cooked. Yeah, you got it, and I'm glad you said that. Like, if they're crash dummies, and if you're not from crash dummy, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I get told sometimes by my wife that people who not from where we from don't understand terms. So I want to do a better job explaining terms. Crash dummy Urban Dictionary. Crash dummy means negative influence, going on a mission that you know is not going to end out well for you. You're going on a crash course. So I think it's self-explanatory, but I want to explain. But you are like the average of who you hang out with. I think the first thing I try to tell people who going through it right now, or who just in a bad financial situation, is the first thing I tell them is who you spending your time with. If you're spending your time with 4 people who struggling with drugs, like they're abusing drugs, you're going to be the 5th. You're going to be the 5th. It's just inevitable. Like, if you're spending most of your time with them, that's just how we are. We influence. Like the music you was just talking about. Like, we gain our influence from our peers. Change your surroundings. Get away from those crash dummies is important for your mentals, man. That's good. I'm glad you're around that positive group, and keep finding that positive group. And we got to be more comfortable as men, especially, to weed out those crash dummies. Yeah, it may be tough, but we got to weed them out.
Yeah, I definitely have to cut some people out, man. That's put me down a rabbit hole that I couldn't.
Yeah.
That was getting hard to escape from. So.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm glad you made that decision, man, for yourself. No, first and foremost, for real. Before we get off, man, because I want to be respectful of your time. Last but not least, I definitely want to run through my personal case study. I figured out the term. I just want to get your thoughts and your opinions about social media, the effects that it have on you, for the good and for the bad. Just kind of want to pick your brains and see where you're at with it.
Man, it's definitely wild, man. Social media, wild place. I don't be on social media like no more. I wouldn't say no more because of course I do post, but just going and just looking and scrolling, I can't do it.
Yeah, man. No, that's a good decision, man. I say that because we think we're more connected, if we on there all day, but we're more disconnected. Like, to me, like one of the things about social media, and I got a million, that makes me sad is when I go into a restaurant with my lady and I see a family eating dinner, wife, husband, kids, and all 5 of them on their phones. And like, you got a perfect chance to make a moment. And I'm not blaming social media for, like, some of them could be on Messenger, some of them can be on whatever. But that kills me, man. It just takes away that human reaction. And, like, don't get me wrong, social media has some bright spots, ton of them. But we got to be more cautious about those, I think. So.
Yeah, man. And then it be toxic, bro. Like,
super.
It's very toxic. And affects your mentality.
Speaking of mentality, have you ever heard of the term "keep it up with the Joneses"?
Yeah, was it a movie? I think it was.
Is it a movie?
I don't know.
I don't know, but you might be right though, 100%. But the term "keep it up with the Joneses" goes like the Jones effect. So like, simple basketball explanation. Sorry. If 5 of us live in the neighborhood together, Timmy parents buy him a basketball hoop. 2 weeks later, Headband mom bought him a basketball hoop. 2 weeks after that, Jawan mom bought him a basketball hoop. It's just we trying to keep up with our neighbors. Social media has created that on a global scale.
Yeah.
and that's scary, bro. Like that's scary. Like, cause you can't keep up. Like, just because you see somebody riding a lime green Lamborghini, don't mean you gotta go spend your life savings to get that car. But you want to look like bro, and you don't know what bro had to do to get that vehicle. And that's just one example. But I think social media has took the Jones effect to, your dad gonna think I'm attacking you when he watch this. His last name Jones. That social media took that effect to the real world. I mean, to on a global scale, and it's undefeated, man. The internet is undefeated.
Yeah, I mean, the memes is funny though. I ain't gonna lie.
I do appreciate a lot of memes and video. I'm a video guru. So no, man, I appreciate just your thoughts and opinions about it. But yeah, you will be a part of a case study. So sign this waiver. But no, man. I want you to real quick just shout out where we can find you, how we can get in touch with your music, how you sell your art pretty much on your accounts, which is, I think, is awesome. Awesome. But yeah, just how we can support you.
Yeah, so if you want to support the music for real, Bandcamp for real. I said that a lot, but Bandcamp I'm sending out a link because it's like.
It'll be posted.
Yeah, but Bandcamp, Apple, Spotify, IG, YouTube, all at Headband. That's pretty much it. I gotta make my own website soon, especially for the label. But I'll keep all y'all who stay tuned updated, man.
Yeah. No, for sure, man. Headband, my brother. Pleasure talking with you. I'll keep following what you're doing. I'll keep supporting you. You'll continue to be the sound of the minds. I don't know if I want to do new music. I thought about it, and I'm like, I like my old music, so I like keeping it nostalgic. So
hey, I was gonna
appreciate
say,
you.
I have some more stuff. Hey.
Yeah, and real quick, man, cause it's coming out. It's coming out. I'll just leave it at that. You want to tell everybody what we got cooking up together, man? And when I say together, please believe me, Headband did 99.7% of the work. All I did was send a graphic. But you want to tell everybody what we got coming up together, man?
Yeah, so did the DJ mix for the Minds.
Come on.
Yeah, what was it?
On YouTube, that's coming.
Yeah, it's like an hour, huh? I think.
Yeah, it's an hour long. And we want y'all to play that when you're working out, to play that when you're feeling down, to play that when you reading. Like it's an all purpose. It's an all-purpose track, man, and it's an hour long of just straight vibes. He did his thing. I've probably abused it at this point, but no, that's coming. So be on the lookout for that, man. And I do appreciate you for that, brother, and definitely will share the rights to that.
My pleasure, bro.
No, for sure. Well, brother, great talking with you on this pod. You keep doing your absolute best. You matter to this community. You matter to all of us, brother. So you have a good one.
I mean, you too.
Peace. Thank you guys for listening to the Minds with Hakeem podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and share this with a friend or two. Also, please leave comments. We love communicating with our community. And just seeing what you guys thought about the episode. Just want to give a quick shout out to Solomon Jones for producing this episode and music by HEADBND. You guys know where to find us, and if you made it all the way here, special thanks to you.